What up, people? Back for round two. Here's the second part of this lecture. And remember, we just finished off with Neolithic people coming up with farming. Humongous invention here that you might not think about. So farming changed up a lot. If you don't get that Dumb and Dumber reference, you got to watch the movie, right? There's effects of farming. Here are the main effects of farming, even though there's a lot more. Number one, there's a food surplus. That means there's a lot more food, right? Show them. What was Neolithic again? Salmon. What about artifacts? What are those? Okay, so once again, the effects of farming. Food surplus. That means there's extra food. And with extra food, there's humongous benefits, right? More food equals more people. If you have more food, you have that food to share around, you tend to have more people. And healthier people. And healthier women equal healthier babies. If they have a steady diet and good food, they tend to live longer, and babies tend to live through childbirth, which adds to their population, right? So all of this, the food surplus, that more food equals more people, healthier women equal healthier babies, and all of a sudden that population explodes. And you get a lot of effects of population explosion too, right? More people, you can do more things. You can invent more things, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a huge benefit to farming there. Also, villages develop, right? Villages develop. Now you don't have to be nomads. Wait a second. Nomads? Love it. What were nomads? And Zach, how were their lives? That's right. Not very good. So these people didn't have to be nomads anymore. They could stay in one place and they could farm stuff and eventually domesticate animals, right? So you didn't have to chase that meat anymore. You just had it right there. You could just walk out there and do something, bam, and you have, I don't know, some bacon or something. One of the best foods in the history of mankind. So villages develop. As villages develop and you don't have to chase food 24/7, now you can also have jobs. And that doesn't seem like a lot or something cool, right? Nobody really loves their job or has to, love their job 24/7. But these jobs develop and now you get inventions. And from inventions, society can eventually develop and get to where we are today. So without farming, we don't get to where we are today because people were sedentary. People could stay in one place. And what were some of those effects of farming again? You better have listed at least two, maybe three. That's right. Cities develop by water, right? We talked about these villages. Eventually they develop into cities, and they develop by water. Why? Hey, think about this. Where are America's biggest cities? New York, Chicago, LA. Water. That's right. Surprisingly, right? Detroit, water. There's a reason, right? Cities developed by water. Number one, because food flocks there. They're hungry, they're thirsty, right? So they go to the water. Ooh, look at my beautiful drawing. You might not be able to see it, but there's a line, and there I am in a tree. I'd wait for the food to flock there. I'd jump down and bam! I'd kill me a lion, and I'd have some food. I'd have some meat. So these animals flocked to water, and they were able to hunt the animals by that water. They just stuck around, right? So that was a great part of, or a great reason why cities developed by water. Secondly, drinking water. Right? Obviously, we got to drink water, and since it's right there, perfect reason. Also bathing. Fishing, there's my fishermen. They hook this fish, and bam, they have some fish to eat. So that's a steady diet of something nutritious, right? Finally, soil. The soil is better around water. We know that it's silt, right? That's fertile soil, and it's by water. The best soil is by water, and that's why they were able to grow stuff, right? Farming, grow stuff. Here's my corn. Here's my blueberries. Ooh, I like blueberries. And they're right there. So the soil was better there, and then they could transport. They could move from place to place along the river as they needed to. So farming was super important to everything. Jersey, what was prehistory? That's right, the time before. Great. And Lucas, what about Paleolithic? Joe, do you know the difference between Neolithic and Paleolithic? New. And Savannah, Give me 3 reasons that cities develop by water. What were some effects of farming? Reese. Outstanding. Hopefully you guys learned something through this lecture. You know, it's kind of the start of time, dawn of time type thing, and how we get to cities versus chasing around food. Have a great day, everybody.